vya korona ambayo imeendelea kusakama taifa. Kwa sasa tunapata picha za moja kwa moja kutoka katika makao makuu.
Opening of schools, we appeal to the government with the support and particularized input of key stakeholders to prepare critical policies, procedures and financial plans needed to improve schooling with a focus on safe operations, including strengthening remote learning practices. 9, as part of the reopening process, the government needs to adopt proactive approaches to reintegrate marginalized and out-of-school children, to invest in water. They also need to invest in sanitation and hygiene to mitigate the risks and focus on remedial education to compensate for lost instructional time. This becomes actually more apparent in the northeastern Kenya rather, where public schools started the year with huge shortage of teachers due to the security-related challenges. 10, with schools reopened, a mechanism to actively monitor health indicators, expanding focus on well-being and protection should be implemented. We are calling on the government to invest in strengthening pedagogy and appropriate teaching and learning, including knowledge on infections, transmission, and prevention. 11, while considering the above, we are calling on an objective, inclusive, and comprehensive data-driven process of ascertaining how schools, teachers, non-teaching staff, students, and communities are coping with closures and the pandemic, which becomes a critical prerequisite to any determination on the reopening of those learning institutions. We actually would appeal that they copy the kind of rapid response survey that was done by the partners here, which ended up with the production of this report. I think that you'll be shown it by the colleagues here. Sorry for preempting that. Also, with inconclusive evidence around the infection risk related to school attendance as of now, the government needs to assess how learning and well-being can best be supported, the mechanisms for psychosocial support for learners, teachers, and other school workers on reopening, in addition to other safeguards against the risks involved. 13, we actually recommend that national examinations should be pushed to the first quarter of 2021. 14, reopening of schools, colleges, and universities, we are saying that it should be actually transparent and phased. Every public learning institution, it should be transparent, phased, and coupled with clear communication by government and public universities, colleges, and schools with the input of public health professionals, frontline healthcare workers, educators, academic staff, and the unions. We are asking that every public learning institution, including universities, will require to be aligned with public health requirements designed to prevent the spread of COVID-19. And lastly, based on the available scientific evidence, we recommend a phased stepwise approach to reopening of the higher education institutions and universities and schools after a demonstrated reduction in the number of confirmed cases on the COVID-19. It is actually advisable to maintain the closure of the Kenyan educational institutions and universities as of now until the number of new cases stabilizes or declines for a period of at least 14 consecutive days before considering the phased reopening of these learning institutions. So the immediate steps which we have also suggested, one is meaningfully and effectively engage teachers, non-teaching staff, lecturers, parents on whether and how to reopen the schools, colleges, and universities. We are also calling for these are immediate steps. Promote the World Health Organization's recommended safety facilities in the schools, colleges, and universities. Provide sustainable supply of personal protective equipment to teachers, lecturers, workers, and students. Provide adequate space for social distancing at school, colleges, and universities. Train and support teachers and lecturers on coronavirus compliant pedagogy, and including support for gender, disabilities, vulnerabilities, and the COVID-19 survivors. Recruit more teachers and education workers to support the expected intensive teaching and learning. And without any of the outlined measures actually undertaken, schools, colleges, and universities should not be reopened. Plan well and save lives. Thank you. This is a summary as per the KNUT, UASU, Kenya.
Bila shaka mpenzi mtazamaji, sijui maoni yako ni gani kuhusiana na mojawapo ya mapendekezo ambayo imetolewa hapo kwenye picha hizo za moja kwa moja, kuhusiana na ni jinsi gani sekta ya elimu imeathirika humu nchini, na mojawapo ya mapendekezo imekuwa ni kuahirisha ama kusongeza mbele tarehe ya mtihani wa kitaifa hadi mwanzoni mwa mwaka wa 2021. Na kando na hayo vile vile ameguzia swala la wanafunzi kuweza kutilia maanani zile sheria ambazo zilikuwa zimewekwa na serikali ya umbali wa mita 1, haswa wakati ambapo wanafunzi watakuwa wanafungua shule. Tukiachana hayo mpenzi mtazamaji, ni kwamba zaidi ya magunia 220 ya sukari yameripotiwa kupotea katika kampuni ya sukari ya Sugar ya Miwa Nzoia kwa njia tatanishi, swala ambalo limesababisha wakulima kutishia kuandamana, huku wakitoa makataa ya siku 7